This is going to change your business for the better. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to build the most scalable agency model of 2024. And you can apply this in whatever niche you are in, whatever model you are running with your agency at the moment. But trust me, if you follow this process and change your agency model to what I'm going to be sharing with you today, it's going to change your life and it's going to make you a ton more money than you're making now. And it's going to make your life so much easier when it comes to your business. So let's get into it. The most scalable agency model of 2024. Let's have a look at what we did before. And I've actually made a video about this too. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go ahead and do that. This is exactly what we needed to run a successful agency. And you can still apply this model and get huge success. Like, it's not that I'm saying you're not going to get success at all, because you are. So what you did before is you needed to have a good mindset, which you need to have in all business types. Okay. So this have not changed at all, of course. But then you also needed to choose your niche, your offer. You need to decide on what model you wanted to run, okay? And of course, there is a lot of different ways to go about this. Then you need to do outreach, as always. Then you need to do meetings and sales. And then the most important thing that I want to talk to you about in this video is that you needed to do service delivery, okay? You needed to figure out, what are you actually going to offer these people? I know you have your offer, but what service are you actually going to provide for them? Are you going to run their Facebook ads? Are you going to do their Google SEO? Are you going to do Google ads? Are you going to do review campaigns? Are you going to build and give them softwares and SaaS? Are you going to coach them? Are you going to consult them? Or are you going to do all of these things, right? Which I don't recommend you to do. You can do this in many different ways, but the point here is that with the old agency model, you had to do this, right? You had actually to put a lot of work in the service delivery side of things. So whenever you onboarded a new client, it takes some time to get everything set up like this. You need to have a setup meeting with them. You need to get access to their ad accounts so you can actually set up ads for them. You need to integrate their social accounts with your software. Let's say that you're using Go High Level as me. Then you need to do integrations there, which is a whole process in itself. All this, you're probably doing this on your setup call. Then after this setup call, you are going to spend a lot of time building up everything in the back end, setting up the sub account on Go High Level, making everything ready to launch so that these people that you're working with can get more clients, right? It takes so much energy and so much work on your end. And yeah, your first couple of clients, it might not go very well, as I talked to you about in the other video. That's okay. But here you really needed to spend a lot of time on practicing and maybe even signing a few people on a really good deal. This is what we are changing. This is a strategy that we used before. This is just an example. I know you can do this in many different ways, but this is really to give you a good idea of what you could be doing before, what you might be doing right now. And then after this, let's talk about what you should do instead to earn a lot more money. This was your strategy before. Making advertising campaigns that perform for your clients. You were the one setting all of that up and running it and managing it and optimizing it, correct? Then you're also making probably reactivation campaigns to book more appointments for these people, which is also your job. You're also going to implement your follow-up and nurturing system so that the leads that you get from whatever advertising you're running for your clients actually turns into appointments for your clients. Then you also need to qualify the leads in the same process to make sure that these people are a good fit for the client that you're working with and it's actually a qualified lead, right? Then maybe you also needed to call all of these leads to get them booked in for the clients that you worked with, which is a whole process in itself. Maybe you've tried to do it yourself and then you wanted to hire appointment setters to do it for you, which is of course more scalable, but you need to do it first. Another topic for another day. But there is so much work right here. And this is not just calling up leads and getting them booked in. Trust me, I tried it myself. It is so much harder than that. So what I did, I tried it out for myself, figured out what actually worked. How did I actually book a lead in for an appointment for the clients that I worked with? And I could do it, but then I needed to hire people. That was hard. It was so hard to teach other people how to do it correctly because it has to be profitable. So of course you can charge your clients more when you do it, but it means that the people that I had hired to do this for me also needed a salary, of course. So all in all, it ended up being not very profitable. And also, most importantly, it was so hard to teach these people how to do it correctly. And then these people would stop working with me. They had found something else, right? Because it's a hard job. Actually, it's really hard, especially in the beginning. So people quit. Then you need to hire new people and it's hard. Okay, you also need to answer questions inside of Go High Level daily from all of these leads that you have generated for your clients. And also making sure that these people actually show up, because for your client, it doesn't really mean anything if you are getting them leads and booking appointments for them. But if these appointments doesn't show up into their business, well, it doesn't mean anything, and your client is going to stop working with you because it's not profitable for them. So this is also a process in itself, right? And then you of course need to keep track of everything in whatever software you are using. So as you can see, this is okay. This is a pretty good strategy. We know exactly what to do, but there's a lot of complexity, and this is exactly what we want to change. So what we're doing now is quite different. Instead, you should be doing this. First of all, you should be choosing a niche as always. I don't want you to go ahead with multiple niches. Don't do that. Let's say, because this works the absolute best, if you have already done the other model where you have done a completely done for you solution and you actually know what it takes to get your clients good results and get them more people for their business, right? To make them earn more money. You know how to do that. You know how to run their ads. You know how to book people in. You actually know how to generate business for them. So if you've done this before, this model suddenly becomes 20 times easier and 20 times more scalable because you've already tried to do it before. You can do it without having had an agency before and having tried the other model, but it will be easier if you have. The first thing you want to do is choose a niche. I recommend you to go ahead with the niche that you're already in if you have had an agency before where you did the done for you solution. And if not, you can choose another, but it's up to you. Best is of course to choose the one that you've already tried because you already have experience in it. Then you need to choose an offer, okay? What are you actually going to offer them? What service are you going to provide and what kind of model? And this model should be consulting or kind of a coaching program. This is quite different. You need to sell your systems. And again, yes, this is of course 20, maybe 100 times easier if you already have done the done for you solution for clients in the past. Now you want to sell the systems that your niche needs to grow and get more customers. You already know what this is because you've tried it before. If not, you should really do a lot of research. But here you could sell them the systems including Go High Level, access to Go High Level and all the systems, database reactivations, teach them how to use all of these features too. Really important. Give them automations and workflows, AI booking bots, teach them and sell them advertising, like give them videos on how to actually set up proper advertising and what to do if it doesn't work and what to do when you get leads. Teach them the whole process that you've already done for other clients in the past. Give them everything you used to do, teach them how to do it. Learn them or teach them how to do review campaigns. You can do that through Go High Level. Also, you can offer weekly group calls for even more support. Of course, they will have questions. You probably have a lot of video material, or you should create a lot of video material for how to do all of these things, like teach them how to do all of these things, teach them how to use these systems and softwares, but then they will always have some questions. And that's why you have these calls for support. And no, you do not need to do one-on-one. It's not necessary. 98% of time, it's not necessary to do one-on-one, but that's up to you. Price. They are going to pay you a monthly fee to get access to all your systems. They basically pay this monthly fee to get access to your course, which is a coaching program where you have video material for them to go through. And they also, including in this price, pay for access to all your systems. So they're actually paying to have a Go High Level sub account. They are paying to access everything in there, including automations and database reactivations and all the really important features that has. And a little side note here, if you are not using Go High Level yet, you should definitely be using it. I have a 14-day free trial if you use my link down in the description, and if you do that, I will also give you a completely free coaching session to kickstart your journey and help you get even more clients, earn more money. Let's move on. So this is what you do. Sell your systems. And then that's it. Now the only thing left for you to do is scale. Do more outreach, advertise for yourself, book more meetings, get more clients. There's no limits. Because now you never have to worry about all the onboarding time again, because as soon as you have closed someone on the sales call, they get instant access to all the systems and you don't have to lift a finger. Of course, yes, there will be some support, and like let's say you have 2 weekly group calls for support, like here. That's okay. But this is so much less work than the other model where you actually have to do all the onboarding. There are so many things that needs to get in place first. But now you can just onboard them and that's it. Then the only thing you have to really think about is one, closing people, attending your weekly support calls and help people out if they have questions. That's it. And that can of course be outsourced to a VA or, hire a good team member for your business that can do all of that for you. So you actually don't have to do a single thing. Everything is running so so much more smoothly. And remember, you can give these people a guarantee that if they don't reach blah, blah, blah in X amount of days, they can get their money back. But then you can require of them that they need to implement all the systems and they need to do this and that and blah, blah, blah in order for them to, have a valid guarantee. Okay? Let's give you an example. Let's say your niche is gyms. Your offer is your coaching program. You can have a guarantee or an offer saying, if you implement these systems, you will get an additional 30 to 50 members every single month and get your investment back within the first 14 days. And if not, well, you'll just get a full refund. That can be a guarantee, right? Very, very simple. That's your offer. Now you are going to sell your systems. So they are going to get access to your coaching program. So they get access to everything they need, right? As we talked about, they get access to Go High Level, to a sub account that you create for them. And this can be automated. Database reactivations, automations, AI bots, advertising, how to set that up for themselves, right? So they actually learn everything they need to know to grow their business. So they never actually need a marketing agency again. They just need you and your systems. That's why they are going to stay with you. Because if they don't keep staying with you and if they don't keep paying you this monthly fee, then they will simply lose access to all these systems. They won't no longer have access to their high-level account or all of these other cool features that they need to grow their business, okay? That's why they're going to stay. And then when you've done this, well, scale. Do more outreach. Onboard more people. You can onboard 5 people a day, probably even more with this system. You would not be able to onboard, let's just say 5 people a day with this system over here, because this has a lot more complexity to it. There's a lot more work, a lot more energy that goes into this, and there's not any of that over here. Over here, there is a lot more scalability because all the complexity is removed. So you can basically onboard as many people as you possibly want. And guys, remember, this is not to say that there's anything wrong with this system over here, because this is what I am using right now and it works absolutely well. But trust me, I've been doing this for 1 year now and there is a lot of complexity to it. You can, as an example, minimize it so you are not doing appointment setting for your clients. So maybe you're only doing lead gen, which of course makes it less complex, right? It makes it easier and it doesn't necessarily make it worse service or anything like that, but the less the better in a business like this or in any business. You don't need all of these fancy things, or you don't need several different offers or several different services and blah 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 blah. Make it simple, because that will be good for both yourself and for your clients. Trust me. So these systems, what are you doing now? Have you tried one of these models, and could you consider going for this model here in 2024? If so, please let me know in the comments below. And again, remember, if you want to try out Go High Level, which I cannot live without it, so I don't think you can too, go down in the description, have a look at my link, get your free coaching session, and I would be more than happy to help you. So let's get to it. Let's grow our businesses.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town.